your car, no games to play. Restore the past, drive into tomorrow. We bring the love, not just the horsepower. Is it a no or a DX5? We'll show you what's real, not just the hype. Started bills and engine moves. We teach you more than just photos. Good morning, Myombia Mark Lawrence Omule. Awake, how are you? They don't call it that one. Today we are going to upload a special car. Today we're uploading a special car, one that we were able to review. It was a special one. Victor Kawesa Victor, good morning. Bran Alfred Wandera, good morning. Collins Thomas, good morning. How are you? Master Burunji. DJ Coco, good morning. How are you? Zenange ndi Burunji. I slept quite well. So today I want to talk about the habits that are not only spoiling our cars but are also taking our money out of our pocket. Alfred, how is Germany? Nyamukwano gwange wano starch. Ayagala genda Bungereza. Ayagala genda Bungereza. So let me put back our what it is. So guys, hopefully today we are releasing our For the Love of Cars song. I'd like to remind you guys about Kampala that 30th August we are going to be for the Love of Cars convention, the Love for Cars convention, and on that very day we are launching our magazine, the Love of Cars magazine. We are launching My Car Diary. My Car Diary should be going on sale in the next 1 week, so you guys can start buying while it's going to launching our convention, yeah. But it should be going on sale very soon. We have a couples ticket. You buy a ticket for 2 people at 80,000 instead of 100,000. Yes. So you can come with your madam, so that she also learns about cars. It's important for the boyfriend to bring their girlfriend, so that they also learn about cars. Or you're the only person that knows about cars. Nima, good morning. How are you? It's a new week and a new month, by the way, August. So we are taking the 8th month. That means we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 5 months to go to end the year, and that means we should basically have taken a lot of we should have handled a lot of our goals. Would you advise a hybrid a first-time car owner? Yes, definitely. Now, one thing you guys need to understand about hybrids is that most of the hybrids in the bond have faulty batteries. Okay, but that's okay. That's very okay. Why do I say that's okay? Because they're old cars. There are Ugandans here that repair those batteries. So the thing you do the moment you notice that your car is kind of misbehaving is service the battery. That's what they call it, service the battery. So what they do in when they go to service the battery is that what they are going to be doing is they literally bring the battery apart. When they bring the battery apart, that's something I've not done for my car, but I will do it later. I'm going to do it probably after the convention, yeah. So what they do is they bring the battery out of the car, discharge it totally, take out all the current, and then charge it to full. Okay, so they discharge it overnight. This is something that they do overnight. It's not something that they are going to do for 40 minutes and then you go. I find that's why for anyone that's buying a hybrid, it's much better if you have a second car, or if you can do without your car for 2 days, yeah. So personally, I think after the convention, I'll have another car to drive. So after the convention, 3 to 5 days after the convention, then I can give the car up. They take the battery apart, they discharge it, charge it again, and then they measure which batteries are charging properly, which batteries are not charging properly. Now, when they discover which batteries, because there are battery panels in there, then they replace the battery panels that are faulty. Okay, and then after they replace the battery panels that are faulty, They put back your battery. They have cleaned literally everything, the cooling system and stuff. And if there's something that needs to be replaced, they replaced it. Like the hybrids normally have trouble with the cooling system, yeah. So they replace whatever needs to be replaced, and yeah, you're good to go. And then your battery will be charging much more effectively. You'll be getting more kilometers out of your fuel and stuff like that. Personally, I'm already happy with this hybrid. In areas where I'll be using a full tank, I'm using half tank. Perfect. With the Ractis, I'll be getting about 500 kilometers, 450, 420 kilometers out of fuel, out of a full tank. Now I get those kilometers in a half tank. And this car with the Ractis, they literally take the same amount of fuel. So me, I'm already happy, but I want to make it better. So I'll do that after the convention. The thing with hybrids is that almost there's some things that the hybrid shares with other cars. Like the suspension system of this car is the same suspension system with the Primo. Okay, but we have the front hubs. Those are the hubs that for this car, those front hubs also help to charge the car when you're going downhill and you're not stepping the accelerator. Yeah, so when those hubs are totally different, I don't know where we're going to buy those hubs when they die, because they will die. So I find that that's the troubling thing. The motor rarely dies. That's the inverter rarely dies. Those are the things that I would be really worried about. But I'm worried about the hubs. I don't know where the hubs can be found, but hopefully I'll find that. But how are you, my people? Chikawariki, Nkuzemundoza, Richard Aki, Kawesa, Victor Arthur. How much can I get second-hand drone for town service? Towns, I think all town service vehicles will give you between 80 to 100, yeah, between 70 to 100. Second-hand drone, because right now the drones are like 60 to 80 million in the bond. So a used one, you'll probably be getting it at 40, 45. That's what I'm thinking. You want to get something that is really nice, yeah, or something that will be very easy to like put back on the road. So we are talking about, we have like 3 categories of habits that I wanted us to talk about. One, we have driving and usage habits. And then, yes, we also have maintenance habits. And then we also have spending habits. Now, these categories of habits are things that are draining our wallets, yeah? They will measure individual battery cells and compare to the other hybrids, but Honda hybrids are far better. They last longer. Well, Zach, I've read about that. And I think Honda makes some very good cars. The trouble with Honda is that when it comes to fixing the car and keeping it on the road, especially with the suspension, that's where normally, and other parts. Suspension parts are very expensive, I can tell you. And expensive would be okay if you could access them, but there are times that you will not even be able to access those parts, and that's the trouble. Yes, Andrew Otekad, good morning. Kim Job, good morning. Lawrence Omule. How much can I get a fielder hybrid used in fair condition? I don't buy a used don't buy a used hybrid. That's the one thing I can tell you. I've just realized that most of the people that are selling their hybrids, especially if they're selling them cheap, they are faulty. They realize something and they sell. And I realized that the fielder hybrid is better bought new. The people that have them are selling them more expensively than even in the bond. Yeah. And I don't know why the fielder hybrids are having the highest failure rates. Probably because people buy their fielder hybrids without knowing they're hybrids, and then they drive it like a normal car, and then it ends up failing. Yeah, especially with the dust. Hybrid or in a gang in the all the time. Or kubanga mundo longo some all the time. Mochitege, right? And for because the battery breathes from in here. Yeah. Norman, good morning. Zach, good morning. So guys, let's talk about the driving habits. 1, idling too much, especially in traffic jam. Idling, idling. Now, when you leave your car idling, it takes fuel. Banangi jam ya singo kunywa mafuta. I'm thinking this is something that the taxi guys found out. Which is why they would rather go around than stay in jam. Omala abasajja ba taxi baba bamanyi shortcuts zonna. Now, normally the shortcuts are not really shortcuts. Yeah. So what happens? What they do then is that they end up taking longer routes. But me personally, I've realized living where I live, I've realized that there are times I take a longer route and end up saving fuel. And when you save fuel, you save money. So sometimes I take longer routes to avoid traffic. And it's, for me, it totally works. Like if I find there is a lot of jam on the main road, so yes, I go longer, but I save. Of course, now with the hybrid, it's quite different because normally when your battery is charged up, you don't use your fuel. But even with a hybrid, it will save you a lot of money if you take the longer route that doesn't cause jam. Now, one other reason why we keep our cars idling in Uganda is because when you turn off your engine, you want to lower your windows. And when you lower your windows, your phone might be stolen. Now, me, I have phobia. I'm thinking when I lower my windows, someone can come out of the blue and slap me and then go. And then I've seen people in the industry, like Andrew Benon Chibuka. Andrew Benon Chibuka got an acid attack. He got an acid attack when he was performing Ngazanya in their film Biansi. He was acting the character of a Haji who doesn't pay for borders, who literally doesn't pay for anything, and he was attacked because he was apparently directly attacking Islam. So I have phobia for those things. I also know someone that is prominent in industry, performing arts industry. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I know Zivumu. He eats married women, and because he's popular, he has money and stuff like that, and he has been attacked before, so his windows are always up. So I have phobia, but me personally, I think someone will just come and attack me for no reason. I have that phobia. So because of that phobia, I keep my windows up. So because we want to keep our windows up, we keep the engine idling. And idling not only wastes fuel, but in a way it keeps the engine running, which wears it out a little more. And also idling your engine for longer periods of time, especially in jam. Service guako mangu. You guys have had, I'm sure you've had people say that service esobola okuwangala okusinga wobera mu jam and stuff like that. One of the reasons why when you go to service, your oil should go 5k, but the service person puts 4k is one, about time for idling mu jam. So era tokolanga service na ayitako tovuganga service na ayitako, because service bwa ayitako, now you're risking your engine. Obadde obera mu jam, olumu n'otokosa nze tokosa ne practice na tokosanga. So I'm telling, when I tell you that I do 400 kilometers for a half tank, and I need 400 kilometers full tank with 400 kilometers full tank for the practice, I'm telling you because even the practice I used to idle. I used to idle, so idling is my thing. Me, I'm not going to suffer outside the car and also suffer inside the car. The car is solace for me. I don't booze, I don't club, I don't do most of the things that guys do for fun because they bore me. The car is the one place where I'm going to have fun. Whether I'm alone or with people, I will idle. Even now I'm idling. So, but that especially for cars that are not hybrids, it wastes a lot of fuel. And then of course the thing that is wasting is overspeeding. Now, overspeeding, whether you're overspeeding on a highway or in towns, that thing is going to drain your wallet one way or another. One, throttle, it will put fuel. I find that one of the reasons why Subaru people are complaining that Subarus take a lot of fuel, why we think Subarus take a lot of fuel, it's very hard to find someone that drives a Subaru and they drive it like a normal car. And other people that are driving Subarus like normal cars, tezinywa, ire ya kugamba tenywa nyo. Of course Subaru zinywa. But the other thing that we need to understand is that most of the guys that drive Subarus, They drive them like they are driving a performance car. Yet Subarus, not all Subarus are performance cars. Boring nyake nyenywa. Even our Toyotas, Fabafuga Toyota. Boring nyake nyo ere nywa. Kebere hybrid bojiri nyenyo ere nywa. When you overspeed, now let's not just look at the fuel bit. Let's also look at the expenses that come with overspeeding. One, community. Zeno jembeera bw'olinnyako n'odduka nnyo n'okuba abantu enfuufu abantu banyiiga, so you're not getting goodwill. Public relations is poor. Two, should you run into a problem on the road, people will say oyo omusajja avuga bubi adduka nnyo. So there are things that come with the bad things that come with overspeeding that we normally ignore. Don't ignore it. Try as much as possible to maintain the speed that we have talked about. When you're driving on Maram roads, do 30, maximum 40 kilometers per hour. I think that 40 kilometers per hour, Maram roads is too much. 30 kilometers is good. On a highway, maintain the legal speed. When you're in towns, 50 kilometers maximum. I normally do 40. When you're on a highway, maintain the legal speed limit. Most of our roads don't beyond 70 kilometers. Yeah, it's only the express that does 100 kilometers. I tell you that don't do 100, do like 95. It's easier for you to maintain there. Chimundu speed, obaba sajja speed ne batakwata. Ukitegeera. Handbraking. Of course, when you are jam, it's safer for you to put a handbrake. Put a foot brake, and put in neutral, or put handbrake and put in parking. But whenever you handbrake, you jiraba. The cars that are have drums at the rear in the rear tires. Some cars have discs. Now the cars that have discs, that is actually more expensive, because when your car has discs at the rear, what that means is that you're going to be buying 2 sets of brakes every time you buy brakes. The brake over hand brake, the brakes are bulijjo. For us, about disc, whenever you hand brake or na brakes, or na drum muri munda. So whenever you can avoid that, avoid that. Yes, so sometimes it's good when you're in jam, for example, keep a safe distance from the car in front of you. Because I've seen people, you're driving, there's a time I saw a guy, when you have those handbrake episodes, or hard braking episodes, hard acceleration episodes, ebintu ebyonona ukitegeera byonona amafuta, byonona brakes. So you should try as much as possible to avoid this. Which other habit here that the thing that is taking a lot of our fuel money is making a lot of short distances. Making a lot of how do I do that? Let me do that. Making a lot of short trips. Yeah. Wait. What if I do that? Manye ne motoka ncharge yiga No. That's Mike Joe, thank you. So Omanyi Chajiga, I control the AC on the screen here. It's like a Mark II or a Mark X. So making short trips instead of one long trip where you run all your errands. Like you see now, I've not gone to office. I could have gone to office, then go to the shoot where we're going to shoot. But I decided, instead of going to the office and then coming, driving back to go to the shoot, I'm going to just leave home and go to the shoot. Because when I go to the office, yes, I have work to do there, but I can also do it here. Either after the broadcast, I'm going to stay in the car. And do a bit of work, which again, then I'll head out to the shoot. afterwards. I realized that there are things that we need to pick from office that we need to take to the shoot. So Mkulu Kagwa is going to pick those things in the Corolla. Abitwale bwe tugenda okushootinga, alete ne crew nze bansangeyo to shooting. Then afterwards I can head out to office at once. Kati, I've saved myself a trip. So whenever you can avoid taking trips, avoid taking the trips, because wachijja kuyingiramu chikuyingira. I have an EV button here. When I press the EV button, the car switches off the engine and then we stay on the EV. So short trips can turn out to be more costly for you than the long trips. So instead of taking short trips, take one long trip. For example, Edda, when I would go and visit my grandmother, like literally every weekend. But then I realized the money that I'm using to go visit, she needs money. So periodically, I just send her money. And then I can visit her one big time. She not only misses me, but also instead of like spending money to go visit, okay, that doesn't really save me money, but it saves me the headache as well, the travel, the getting tired of the travels, which take it. But why it also gets a bit of money. So, guys, we are talking about habits that are good morning, Norman, Nakubuza Karim, Benjamin Senfuma, Mike Joe. Thank you for the 50 crore. So, we are talking about the habits that are draining our pockets. The habits that we do, people that own cars, drive cars, and love cars that drain our pockets. I'd like to remind you guys that 30th August, we're going to be at the Love Cars Convention. Every ticket is 50,000. A ticket for couples is 80,000 shillings. Okay, you buy 2 tickets, but at a discounted like 10, yeah? So you can buy 2 tickets for a couple, or 2 tickets. We are not just going to say couple, 2. You buy 2 tickets and save 20K. Yeah. Revving the engine unnecessarily. Now, revving the engine unnecessarily is one of the things that was killing Subarus. Subaru is also raba. Abana bali nyanga. And that would Subaru ngazikubanyo because of that. Of course, now the company found a way to save their engines. They have a limiter in the engines. So especially when you don't have the gear engaged, it saves the engine. But before that, it would spoil engines. With cars like Toyotas now, it still spoils the engines. But let's look at on the bright side. The engine is not going to get spoiled, but the fuel is actually going to get spoiled because we're rolling after go. Hi, Lucky Mose. Paul Sema, John's info. And that damages your wallet. Now, some of these things we don't see them immediately, but you see them in the future. And I'm sure you don't want to be in that position where you're regretting some of the things that you did. Aha. Kanokandya. Driving on rough roads when you can avoid them. Now, but for us talking rough roads, we are meaning the Maram pothole full roads. Semotor Road is being worked on, and I can use Semotor Road. I think it's actually nearer if I use Semotor Road. But it has a lot of potholes. Now, I remember the time when I went Semotor Road, nga emuruka yange efanyo wansi. So it drains your wallet. Gura bush, gura ball joint, gura bukono, gura shocks. Then I started avoiding it. That's how I have all the other routes that I use. Now, depending on the weather, there are routes you don't use when it has rained, and then there are routes that are better when it has not, when there is rain. Like there are routes where there are so many cars, so I avoid those when it's the dry season. And then there are routes that are slippery during rain, mentioned by Benji. Good morning. So when you drive on roads that are rough, it not only takes your fuel, it spoils your tires. Yeah, it's a good age. It spoils your suspension. like I've said, there are roads I don't go to when it has rained. Nchimanyi nti senga naayita mu nkuba eryo ng'enkuba yatonnye ng'emmotoka egenda kuseerera ate nfuna abansindika olumu bampa eveeko nyonoonya amafuta ne balimba sasudde ingini ekaddiwa and stuff like that. So me, I have multiple routes. There are routes I use when it has rained. There are routes I don't use when it has not rained. So rough roads will definitely hurt your wallet. And then there is something that I've seen a lot of people do that I discourage you from doing. Letting other people drive your car. Bulwoleka abantu abalala okuvuga emmoloka yo okugigaba unnecessarily. You can avoid giving people your car naye ng'ate era osigala ogibawa. Okitegeera? If you can avoid giving away your car, please avoid it. If you can avoid giving anyone your car, please avoid it. Buli muntu agule moroka eyiye. Nze saazika moroka because nyine moroka yamu. Newe nalibadde ne moroka bbiri emu yalibadde si yange. Why moroka ya mukazi? If you want to go somewhere in my car, I will drive you if I can. If I can't drive you, I'd rather contribute to you hiring a car. Okusinga okwonoona eyange. Sometimes most people, I want to say most people because I've given out my car before. Most people when they are driving your car, they don't really care. Avuga bubi. Nakomonga yonoonye. I think that the cost is on you now because we won't know now. Those are the driving habits we have talked about. Now let's talk about the maintenance habits. One of the biggest mistakes that you guys do is you skip maintenance, changing air cleaners, no gaba sina senti choka air cleaner yesatu, cabin air filters. That's damaging your lungs because you're breathing in that air. Changing oil, checking and changing your spark plugs, changing tires. Those things are damaging your wallet. Omusirikale akukwata n'akulyamu ebiri. Naye ng'egyo ebiri waligigase ku mitwalo 68 n'oweza emitwalo 7 n'ogula emipiira emeka? Ina. So I find that the best way for us to protest and avoid corruption is by fixing our cars properly. Emmoloka zaffe zibeere nga nnungi nnyo. Ng'emmoloka nnungi to the extent that the traffic officer has no reason to stop you akulyemu ssente. So don't skip maintenance. Don't keep buying parts when you need to buy parts. I know, guys, it's harder to like the broadcast when it's in this format. Yeah, that's why I don't like the format. Like today, it put itself in this format by force. Jesse Semogere. People stop using gear N thinking it saves fuel. Thank you very much, Jesse. By the way, neutral does not save fuel. Emoroka esigale running. Ate kati mulaba zine emoroka zaffe empya. Nebwebera mu drive werabanga it doesn't need to engage the gear. It doesn't. Using cheap spare parts. Banaye bantu mmwe. Today ku skipping maintenance. One of the guys here that I inspected the car for, yatuuka emoroka yenge ina leakage ku gearbox. Moroka, it had a leakage on the gearbox, wana mu kikopo. So he calls the mechanic and the mechanic tells him, you come to the garage before you go. The person was going on a long trip. Come to the garage so that we work on that before you go for your trip. The guy did not go to the garage. Now, when the guy did not go to the garage, he drove and went to the village. Now, he was coming from the village, coming back to Kampala. The gearbox stopped because the leakage had gotten worse and the hydraulic had come out of the gearbox. And what that meant was that now he could not go, and it was night. It was night. So at that time, nebagezaako kugikanika bamakanika beeyo mu kyalo. Nendozanga boonona. That's when he calls me. Then I asked him what happened. He says, well, I was going to the village, and then the mechanic told me to take it to the garage, and then I thought it would waste time, so I went to the village. So that wasted a lot of his money and time. And then he had his entire family in the car. They all slept on the road. I'm telling you. Every time you skip a maintenance, it's going to cost you money and peace of mind. And that's a very bad thing. Now, the other thing is using cheap parts or cheap oils. There's another person we inspected the car with. Now, this person will inspect a car and they go to the village. Now, when they go to the village, I think they realize they did not do service. Then they put cheap oil. When they put cheap oil, I think I shared that story here. When they put cheap oil, the engine gets leakages everywhere. When the engine got leakages everywhere, it turns off forward. It goes back to the mechanic in Kampala. When it comes back to the mechanic in Kampala, the mechanic says, you know what we're going to do? We're going to buy all seals. Seals like fulminator, engine seals. They bought them, replaced them, put the right oil. The car has never got problems since then. So don't skip maintenance. Don't buy cheap parts. Don't buy cheap oils, thinking saving money is important. Engineer. And then of course ignoring dashboard side lights. Guys, don't ignore nze. And I'm teaching Mama Aban the same thing. Bovuga dachikemu amaso wano. Dachikemu amaso wano. Some of you guys, your cars overheat, but your cars don't overheat because they should be overheating. They overheat because you ignore lights. Don't ignore temperature lights, battery lights, and stuff. Nabagamba one recently when this car battery, I have the battery, old battery here. Idaka tukumoroka yange kuno kuliko battery ya Starlet project car. Ochitegera. Battery ya gatta gas. I went parked at the building of the gym and got out. I went to open the boot wasn't opening. I came, central lock wasn't working. And I said, Chechi guy. So I got someone, I have a jump starter, so I got someone to come because the battery of this car is in the boot. It's not in the front. Yeah. So someone came, jumped me, they jumped me, the car starts properly. When I turn it off, it doesn't. Until I got home, when I took a waka, I jump started. Then I said, Kati battery, because of the wali chino. Let me go to the garage, but shooting the Starlet. So I drove and went to the garage where we shoot the Starlet from and got the Starlet battery. And I put it in there. And I've not gotten a problem ever since then. But because the Starlet is not being driven every day, so I kept the battery in here. Really getting a good battery. And then I thought, why do I go buy a battery when I still have a battery that's working here and it's not working anywhere else? So I kept it in here. So don't ignore lights. When you ignore lights, you just know. Not checking your pressure. Buli mwezi minimum, buli mwezi genda ibapikamu omuka, and you need to know how much pressure am I putting in my tires. If it's 40, put 40. Genda buli mwezi nga gugwako papimemu. Omuka gwe emotoka buli wera under inflated. Ebere nyo amafuta. Buli wera over inflated. It not only spoils your tires, but also keeps you unstable on the road. And guess what? After I slept on the road last year, Christmas season, almost reaching Mubende, I will never not service the car going for long journeys. And guess what? The car was overheating after Mitiana, but I insisted to drive it and at least stop in Mubende. And the temperature light had been warning the whole journey. Nenga olimogumu Lucy. You drive a car that has a temperature warning light. Why do people go to the village after buying cars? I find that people go to the villages to celebrate with their parents, yeah? When they buy cars. It's after you bought like a number of cars that you realize it doesn't really have any significance that you stop going there. And then, of course, skipping alignment and balancing. Now, for me, with my journey, I've realized every 4 months, I need to go and do wheel balancing. I hit a lot of potholes. I drive over pavement sometimes and stuff like that. So and then we have a lot of stones on Ugandan roads. So one of the things I'm going to be doing, I've been doing, but longer periods, like 6 months. Now I'm going to be doing wheel balancing every 4 months. Wheel balancing keeps your wheels moving properly, not that it is. And then of course, flashing the radiator. Let's do it every year. Flash your radiator. Because even coolant expires. And then of course, amafuta amabi, taking bad fuels. Guys, nywa amafuta amalungi. When you know bad fuels, you're going to be affecting the fuel system. You're going to be affecting the fuel system. and you don't want to do that, you're going to be Mama Banyanga menyine chiwalata mbweno side nyine chiwalata. I'm not sure if it was silabanga y'omuntu alina chiwalata, but you keep telling me here is not here. The here is not hearing, one. So I don't know. I'm going to watch this space. So we are talking about not buying. If you guys buy that bad fuel because I'm after I got petrol station the organize magali gankumenya mu bina mu kinana bano gankumenya mu bina mu 5 30 shillings and you buy bad fuel. I have an OB that called me yesterday who has slept on the road because the timing belt had snapped and also damaged the alternator. But how does the timing belt damage the alternator? It is advisable to service before specified mileage and if you're going on long journeys. Yes. Hi Bennett Musafiri, how are you? Guys, 30th August convention, that focus convention. Yeah. The ticket costs you 50k. 2 tickets cost you 80k. Yes. You can come with a friend. Of course, you have to pay for the tickets at once, yeah? Pay for your girlfriend as well, or pay for your boyfriend. And also, guys, today we are releasing a song for the love of Cars Uganda. Let me play it for you. Man, you can radio your CD. And radio your CD. Now I'm removing the CD. Oh. And then, and doesn't have a CD changer. And then I'm putting the CD that has the Love for Cars song. What you think? We talk the truth, not just a brand for car lovers across the land. For the love of cars, Uganda we roll. Uganda we roll. From dusty roads to beams of patrol. Real steam ship break it down, helping every drummer in the town. For the love of cars. Welcome to the road, where rhythm is the soul. For the love of cars, Uganda. On the streets, the story is right. All the new, the sun will bright. Toyota, Nissan, and so Mazda will break it down, no propaganda. Every papa's got a tale. Village right to see the scale. We talk the truth, not just a brand for car lovers across the land. For the love of cars, Uganda we roll. Uganda we roll. From dusty roads to beams of patrol. Real steam ship break it down, helping every drummer in the town. For the love of cars. Pre-purchase checks, we lead the way. Track your car, no games to play. Restore the past, drive into tomorrow. We'll bring the love, not just the horsepower. Is it a new or a TX5? We'll show you what's real, not just the hype. Stalin bills and engine rules. We teach you more than just the doors. Take our tools from the basics up. Truck and D and car, just stuff. It's a new or a season vet. For the love of cars, you ain't seen nothing yet. It's in money, Bobby Pro. This is more than just machines. It's the love, the life, the dream. For the love of cars, Uganda we roll. From dusty road to beams of patrol. Real steam ship break it down, helping every drummer in the town. For the love of cars, So the master of this song is coming out today. There are still things that we are working on, things that we are fixing, yeah. And of course, the moment it comes out, you guys will be the first to know. Tikakati, Rufurumye. So how do you differentiate good fuel from bad fuel? Now, guys, this is what happens. Right now, we have one supplier of fuel in the country. That's the National Oil Company. Yeah, that's the National Oil Company. It supplies the fuel to all the fuel petrol stations or the fuel stations or the fuel sellers. But what happens, because amafuta goeba galeta, it is tested. Okay, it is tested to make sure that it's good by UNBS. Naye amafuta ago tegafiira wali. Amafuta ago bagonona wano bagaletera ku petrol station. That's when they adult, is it when they fake, or when they put whatever they put in that fuel that makes it poor quality. Okitegeera. That's when they spoil. So amafuta gafira ku petrol station yawe bagatabulira. So the best, because buli muntu agenda kugamba naye amafuta fena government yegatuwa. Yes, government yegabawa. Naye amafuta bagatta wano nga bagenda okugassa mu petrol station yawo. So the best thing is to take petrol or diesel from companies that have big brands. Why? They have something to lose into. Ata bwanajja n'agamba nti company gindi yampa amafuta amabi, oba omuntu ata bwanajja n'agamba ata company gindi yampa amafuta amabi, they have something to lose. So those guys go take fuel from companies that have good brands. What do you say about V-Power as far as engine health is concerned? Personally, I don't find V-Power to be something that we need for our engines. Someone else, I would have to experiment more, but my past experiments have proven nothing. Thank you, Lucy. Amina Optimize. Amina Benjamin Self Makambesi. Yes. Amina. Si Kamiri Banangi. Gocho manya, this song doesn't sound like normal songs. It has ups, it has lows, it has raps, it has singing, it has a bit of everything. Can I come with my car to the convention? Yes, Lucy, you come. Gocho manya tugenda bawuna abantu teri korako mikolo. Arthur, the theme song for the project car. This is like our theme song for the love of cars, yeah? It has been long overdue, huh? Uganda we roll. From dusty road to dreams of control. Of course, we are fixing a bit of things with the song, yeah? And when it comes out, I'm definitely going to have a link on the channel. So me, I have a ringtone, eh? Where rubber meets the soul. For the love of cars, Uganda. On the streets, the stories right. All the new design we buy. Toyota, Nissan, Bezo, Mazda. We break it down on propaganda. Every bumper's got a tail. To see the scale. Not just a brand for car lovers across the land. So when we put the link of the song, I'm also going to put the lyrics, so that I realize some of the words, they are too fast. Someone needs to know what word was that, yeah? Nangora bichanta wanyangazi nabiyembye. For the love of cars, Uganda. Pre-purchase chase, we lead the way. Track your car, no games to play. To tomorrow. No. Is it a new or a TX-Y? Not just a hype. And engine rolls. Than just photos. Tulina okumuzindalo gumu. Omwana wa Alamu yayocha emizindalo gyange esatu. Guli yagwocha ne guno nagwo n'ogweno side nagwocha. Ene moroko sound gwe mulya, it's one speaker like this. So someone is asking who can change the old plate to digital? How many days does it take? Let me ask him for you, Zach. I'm going to call him and ask him. I'm going to call him and ask him. Arthur, nakugamba demo studio tukuba muzika. Mundekenza kati nyimba byaffe byawano byakunyumirwa nyumirwa. It was hard work, by the way, guys, for me to be able to do this. I've changed producers. I went to a first producer and I didn't like how he was working. Like a producer is supposed to like guide me. Like the producer doesn't work with a perfect product. But this dude that I worked with, he's actually this guy. Ono guy he's actually my neighbor, estate one. So well, I work with people that I know normally. So I went and I had a very good experience working with him. Of course, my student never them cheerleader, and we disagreed on certain things. Ako. Now you know, Mr. Daga Arthur, this is not America's Got Talent. Don't do those things. Anyway, let's go back to our topic, guys. We are talking about habits that are draining our wallets. Okay, what has happened? We are talking about habits that are draining our wallets. Now, let's talk about spending habits. 1, buying expensive accessories you don't need. Expensive accessories. Now, one of the things that you guys don't need, a choya dash steering, a choya dash. We talked about those things like there. Side mirrors is okay, no take a side mirror indicator. Okay, I'm guilty with a Starlet. I'm putting 360 cameras. I'm putting parking sensors. What's together? I'm putting an Android. Yeah, I have to do that. That's a project I have. I definitely have to do those things. I already paid for those things. They are Bigirate Express Kunyoni, which together. So they're coming to be taken. Baby will no kumoroka. But you manya the episodes you're watching now, it was shooting at that. Is a project car. It was shooting at the whatever you're watching with the project car was shot already. Katituli mukora final touches, so that's the project car is ready for the convention. Paying for a lot of car washes, but now let me do the math here. I know people now, of course, that's not my money, but I know people. Namlok 10,000 shillings times buying Zokuwa was a Moroka times 6 times. That's 60,000 times 4. That's 240,000 times 12. That's 2,880,000 shillings of car wash every year. From Japan, the guy that ships for me ships from China. From Japan, I have no idea. Benjamin B, me, I never put steering covers on steerings. You have to wash your steering. I find that those steering covers, they harbor germs. Is this thing as a yeah? You cannot clean it. I can have sanitizer on my steering and it will be clean. Steering to bring mold. Mold is something that I'm hearing a lot of people talk about these days. I don't put covers. You don't need it. Guards. Those are accessories you don't. The moment you realize that you're buying things that you don't need for your car, you're wasting money. And then, of course, spending on modifications that lower resale value. Which I don't know. And people were saying that modification in guys, you don't need to modify your car in any way. Or we have not modified anything. The Starlet Jeturi Mukora, to modify it in any way. We have kept it the way it is. The only thing we did was make it better and replace the things that needed replacing. Which together. This is important. Some of you guys drive a car every day and you never track how much you spend on fuel. You never track. Like, how do you know if one reason I kept changing cars until I got to the hybrid was because I realized I'm a footer. The biggest expense we have on our cars is fuel. See, mafuta gets spending. We spend a lot of money on fuel. Any chance you can get to reduce the amount of fuel that you use it. Me, that's why I'm driving a hybrid. And I don't think you're going to take me away from a hybrid now. Yes, hybrids are expensive to maintain if they die. If you drive a hybrid responsibly, like with the hubs that I've talked about, Toyota Mazzi, Toyota Mazzi, because a Mazzi is single kuta hub. Is it also possible to help me with your cargo guy? Yeah, I'll give you the number, definitely. Lucy is saying, I wash my car myself with 3 jerry cans. Neighbors just kavits. You wash your car. Optimize. I don't ship car parts like I ship maridad radios, because those are things that are made in China. Even if you get it from Japan, so some of those things I just get them from China. Like the cameras we are going to use to stream on convention, those cameras I got them from China. Like those cams, handy cams, I got them from China. Like there are a bunch of things that are bought from China, but there are things that I cannot buy from China. Like a car part, a matter you can get from China, but a car part like a hub you cannot get from China. It will not be a good one. Guys, you need to track your expenses with your car. That's why the My Car Diary is something that you guys need to be buying. Yeah. I'm working with someone from this channel, but I think he blessed me with the ability to work with people that I know. So I'm working with someone, and we are developing a prototype of an app to work with our website. And with this app, there is a forum where people can discuss stuff. There is a forum. You can put your problem and people can help you, tell you what's wrong with the car or stuff. And then there is a section where, you remember I told you we'll be inspecting cars. If you have your car on sale, you pay for inspection, we inspect it and then publish it and put your phone number as well. We have that as well. And then we also have a section for spare parts. Like when in a party, you're no longer using it, you bought it with your previous car, and now you sold the car, and now you have the part, and you want to sell it, you can publish it there. We have a spare parts dealer, and this will be working hand in hand with the website, which right? It's good stuff. It's really good stuff. Yeah. So let's talk about ownership and resale habits. One habit is that keeping an old unreliable car, simply because selling it sort of like feels like you're losing money. I've seen this a lot with people that have German vehicles. I've had a Mercedes-Benz over Golf, over BMW, or whatever. Name sumbwa. Najitereka over najitereka mu garage. That's a bad habit. At least jiteme. Nabagambe moroka nebo jitema spare. At least eva $1 million emune chitundu over bid. Yes, jibatemye mu scrap. Oinako rim zokka osobola okuzitunda emitwalo nga 25 kwa 3. Rim bwe ziba zigiddeko emipiira nga nayo ikyalimiramu osobola okubitunda emitwalo nga 8 oba 7. Ontegeera, there are people that are looking for those things. Radio, you can take the radio out and sell it. This is if you have a car that is unreliable and not useful. Instead of dumping it there, break it for parts. Maybe sigadde obitunde scrap. Abantu baberenga banoonya emitto gino. I am sure someone has a Prius out there that has bad seats. Kati gwe boyina Prius ng'ogituusa oba yafa yinye ne mota omulundi gumu. Tunda mu emitto, tunda mu dashboard, tunda mu steering, tunda mu radio, tundako. Oleme kutereka kintu awo kikufiiriza. Okitegeera, keeping old unreliable cars with you is bad. Skipping pre-purchase inspection is bad. Guys, I would like to remind you, I do pre-purchase inspection. If you're going to buy a car and you need a guardian angel, I am your guardian angel. I help you make the right choice for your car. Like in the past 3 days, I've talked to 3 people and they have decided to get more money before they go buy cars. Now, it would be ideal for me to just get into play, but I don't want to do that because I know at the end of the day, I'm responsible for that mistake. If you make a mistake, so don't skip pre-purchase inspection if you're going to buy a car, especially if you're going to buy a used car, Ugandan used, even Japanese used. If you're buying 0 mileage, like what I'm doing in 4 years, mumiake na tugenda gule moroka ya 0 mileage in 4 years. And of course, driving a car that is not in very good condition, you write a DMC. Ekintu ekyo emipiira giweddeko olumu tolina third party olumu wiper tezikola abasirikale they are going to take advantage of you, they'll take money out of you. Nze kata nkola protest driving, nina fire extinguisher mu buutu, emergency triangles, ngenda teeka mu first aid kit, ka flare weekali wano kati ngamba omusirikale bwanyimiriza kikyaŋŋamba. A traffic officer stopped me some time ago and said, nali nkwimirizaako nimugamba nedda natumuuza ati naye tonagula reflectors affe nga reflector mweziri mu buutu oyagala zirabako okitegeera. Nze ni protest driving nkola emmotoka yange to the extent that the afande has nothing to tell me, okujjako okungamba ondabikidde bubi njagala kukusiba okitegeera. Good morning Mr. Commenter UGVIP Tale Samuel, Go Flight, Richard Wanga. Why are you sorry? Don't be sorry. This car is smaller than the Ractis. That's what I'm thinking. Like I almost look like I'm big, yeah? I almost look like I'm big in this car. I upgraded my fuel consumption now. Now, my kids are not going to school now. They're probably going back to school in like a week or two. I'll be reporting the fuel consumption then, because I umbavuga distances in Pamvu, which take longer than what I'm doing now. But now I look at the mileage. Like now, I'm only going to half a tank, and I've so far driven 486 kilometers. Yes, 486. I am telling you, there are times I continue running the engine. I'm idle. Chitegeza, this car can actually give you 900 kilometers to 1,000 kilometers per full tank. Where have you seen that? Where have you seen that? And that's city driving. So the other thing that is going to drain your wallet is keeping your car idle for weeks without driving it. The car was bought for driving. Chitegeza. So guys, what is that one habit that you have been doing and that the habit you're going to stop? Because if you have been doing any of the habits that I've talked about, you need to stop. It's your car, it's your wallet. You need to start taking care of yourself. You know, when you take care of your car, you take care of yourself. When you take care of your wallet, you take care of yourself. Tono na nyo sente ngatukolera into. Guys, the project car is going to be on sale. I'm figuring out the bid, so you guys can be placing in your bids. I'm going to be bidder number 1. Yeah. What about fuel and oil additives? Don't use those things. Just buy good fuel, buy good oil. I've not used them. I don't plan to use them. Namukadde mpiseko watch sekka. Nenga good morning. Good morning Salmina. Ne Salmin, kankukubireko ngavudde one. Arthur, you're now driving Kawundo. Your background has changed. No, but I'm not driving a Kawundo. Mulaba people, emoroke ne kanga kirabika. Emoroke kanga mvuga Kawundo. I'm driving a Toyota Harrier 2016 model. Yeah, Kawundo 2016 model. Guys, what habits have you been doing that you have to stop? She goes, Stanley, good morning. What's what here? Atana manye twakubya oluyimba olupya katuluddemu kusidi luliko lumu. We talk the truth, or just a brand for car lovers across the land. For the love of cars, Uganda we roll. From dusty road to dreams of patrol. The steel should break it down, helping every driver in the town. For the love of cars, Uganda. Welcome to the road where rubber meets the soul. That's my best pass. For the love of God's Uganda, on the streets the story is right. All the new the shine will bright. Toyota, Nissan, Benzo, Mazda, we break it down, no propaganda. Every pampas got a tail. You see the scale. Truth, but that's the brand for car lovers across the land. For the love of cause, Uganda we roll. Uganda we roll. From dusty road to beams of control. Steams to break it down. Helping every driver in the town. For the love, for the love, for the love of cause, Uganda. Pre-purchase checks, we lead the way. Track your car, no games to play. Restore the past, drive into tomorrow. We'll bring the love, not just the horsepower. Is it a move or a TX5? We'll show you what's real, not just the hype. Stalin views and engine moves. We teach you more than just photos. Second tools to the basics of trucking, D and car, your stuff. It's a new or a season back. For the love of cause, you ain't seen nothing yet. It's in money, private crowd. This is more than just machines. It's a love, the life, the dream. So anyway, guys, we have come to the close of our 1 hour. Olulimba rafura for the love of cars olupyo lufurumo na kolwalero ku tepu. Tepu gena gisanga wali mu parking kadde ewaka siukira. So somebody is asking Rachi Belta Bajisela fuel consumption. Fuel consumption. All cars that don't consume a lot of fuel are expensive. Even taxes, they pay a lot. Even taxes. Very soon the hybrids are also going to be very expensive. I take at Atamazo no singa. In a modoka jireke. Belta, anti-Belta mulimu 1 liter, 1.3 and 1.5. Don't buy a 1 liter. If you can, also avoid the 1.3. But if you can't avoid it, get a 1.3 liter. The only 1.3 liter Toyota engine you should buy is the 2NZ. So, Go Highlights is saying he's guilty of skipping regular maintenance. He's also guilty of aggressive driving, hard acceleration and braking. Poor maintenance wastes money too. Poor maintenance, definitely. Poor maintenance wastes a lot of money. So guys, there are some of these broadcasts that I do where I'll also be uploading notes for you to go through. I'll also be putting articles called website loveofcarsmagazine.com so that you can go through, like today's broadcast. The article is going to be live by the end of the day. Website Love of Cars Magazine. For people that have that like to read, probably you can want to like take a screenshot of it and then remind yourself of that. It will also be live. Yeah. But thank you very much, guys. Kamba siule. Hello. Helping every driver in the town. For the love of cars, Uganda. Pre-purchase checks, we lead the way. Track your car, no games to play. Restore to tomorrow. We'll bring the love, not just the horsepower. Is it a move or a TX5? We'll show you what's real, not just the hype. Stalin views and engine moves. We teach you more than just. So guys, I'm also going to perform that song live while here at Love for Cars Convention. You ain't seen nothing yet. It's in bloody, this is more than just machines. It's a love, the life, the dream. Nango muduko dynamics yanga after this is not America's Got Talent. Top kola bo buntu bobo. Nga nanga felt the song. Guys, thank you very much for being part of this broadcast. I don't take it for granted. Tell people that I do pre-purchase inspection. Yeah. That's how we are able to keep this channel running. Yeah. Tell them, and tell people to come to the Love for Cars Convention. Yeah. Baje tuyige tunyemerwe tuliye onakolo rugende bulunja ate. You guys are going to learn a lot of things. We are overhauling the Namukade engine on that day. Tugenda just batugizemu etambule. And then for the guys that want to consult on problems that you have with your cars, we're going to have technicians there and mechanics that will definitely be giving you answers at no cost. Yombia Mark, Lawrence Omuli, Kawesa Victor, Brian Alfred Wandela, Collins Thomas, G. Coco, Brian Kubazi Chikawariki Nima, Richard Aki, Samuel S. Zach, Lawrence Omule, Misime Kim Job, Andrew Otekat. Hey. Sechtoriko Norman. Mike Joe, thank you very much for the 5th Krona. Yeah. Karim, Benjamin Senfuma, Paul Sema, Lucky Mose, John's Info, Motion by Benji, Travel Live Vlog, JC Semo Gedede, Optimize. Hey, Chikariki Abuza, what's the importance of neutral? Now, the neutral gear in your car, basically the state where your car has no gear. In manuals, you can use it when you're going downhill, which is still not encouraged because the motor engine braking. But for automatic cars and CVTs, still it's a state where your car has no gear. You should only use it in jam, for example, but also use it in jam when you have engaged the handbrake or foot brake. Okay? And it also helps you when you're towing your car or when you're pushing it aside. It's not a driving mode, because I've seen people that ask them katiyachi. It's not a driving gear. Towing, pushing, when you're stopping, that's only when you should use. Ronald M. Cassandra VIP, Starch Events, Optimize, Bennett Musafili, Lucy, Karim, Nsimemo Kama Aaron, Kambesi VIP, Bougier, Oba Benjis, Chairman Zach, Chairman Wakamori, Ori guy who can change the old plates. Okay, ngenda kubutsa ngenda kudira. Benjamin B, John's Info, Richard Wanga, Go Highlights, Ntali Samuel, Mr. Komita UGVIP, Shagaf Salmina, Chiovio Alex, Baluku Norbert, Chigoze Stanley, Mark W, Incense Lubega, Amon Stephen, Felix Ariatungisa. Hope to see a Mazda specialist. Yes. I should host a Mazda specialist sometime to come. Kuchimeza, I'm going to get him. Kamba kuba ulimbo ulusemba yo mrundo kusemba yo tugende mbasibule. We talk the truth. Abari mukamole, I don't take you for granted. We cannot come away. And the version that is coming out today is better. For the love of cause, Uganda we roll. Uganda we roll. For the steel roll to dreams and control. Still she break it down. Helping every drummer in the town. For the love. My best messenger. Welcome to the road where rapper meets the soul. For the love of cause Uganda, on the streets the stories wide. All the new they shine bright. Toyota, Nissan, Bezos, Mazda, we break it down, no propaganda. Every bumper's got a tail. Village ride to city scale. Not just a brand for car lovers across the land. For the love of cause Uganda we roll. Uganda we roll. From the steel roll to beams of control. Hello. Steam ship break it down. Helping every drummer in the town. Hello. For the love of cause. Pre-purchase checks, we lead the way. Track your car, no games to play. Restore the past, drive into tomorrow. We'll bring the love, no just the horsepower. Is it a new or a TX5? We'll show you what's real, not just a hype. Solid bills and engine rolls, than just photos. Tools from the basics up, trucking, gear and car can stop. If you're new or a season vet, all the love of cars, you ain't seen nothing yet. It's in learning, driving proud. This is more than just a dream. It's a love, the life, the dream. Yeah, my way. For the love of cause, Uganda we roll. Uganda we roll. You still she break it down. Helping every dollar in the town. For the love of God's Uganda. Guys, I wish you a very lovely day. Thank you very much for choosing to spend the morning with me. I don't take it for granted. If you're watching this broadcast later on in the day, in the week, in the month, guys, don't forget 30th August 29 abirimu convention etuukewo mujje tusinkane tulye tunyume tuyige tulabe n'abantu betubadde tefula mukama abawo omukisa. Ciao.